The future of mobile gaming, how 5G and changes in framework will affect the business. In part 2 of our Future of Mobile Gaming game plan, segment 1 can be found here. We'll be researching how changes in the system will influence adaptable gaming. The best change in the founded. In part 2 of our Future of Mobile Gaming course of action, segment 1 can be found here. We'll be exploring how changes in the structure will influence flexible gaming. The best change in the establishment we'll discover in the near future is the introduction of 5G, which speaks to the fifth period of remote frameworks organization. 5G can change purchase or lead by virtue of its exponentially progressively noticeable speeds and low lethargy. We're talking about 10 to 100x speed increments over our current 4G frameworks, and low inertia suggests we'll move toward adaptable gaming experiences that weren't at that point possible. Despite 5G, we moreover need to consider how applications will be dispersed all through the next decade. Apple and Google rule today, yet we've starting late watched a couple of weaknesses in Google's defensive layer. China's application store intermittence is so far an issue for game creators, and Google's 30% cut has driven Fortnite engineer Epic to proper its game outside Google Play. For what reason is 5G such a serious deal for versatile games? 5G's mechanical types of progress will drive the accompanying wave on flexible turnet events, especially in convenient gaming. The exponentially snappier download and move speeds open the limit with regards to online portable games to be downloaded about immediately. Colossal compact games, those that are more noteworthy than 100 megabytes, can be downloaded in one go without the aggravation of downloading additional substance during the essential dispatch, allowing players to find the opportunity to content immediately. Nintendo's flexible RPG, Dragalia Lost, is an unprecedented instance of this aggravation, as it requires an additional substance to be downloaded on the chief beginning, similarly as new levels to be downloaded as players progress. The ascent of gaming-centered telephones. As 5G turns out all through the accompanying a long time, we're seeing another move in the versatile gaming structure, the happening to gaming-focused phones. The Razer phone, made by the Gaming Association, that has an inner circle like After Over the World, shows the capacity of compact gaming hardware. The phone sports a rich, smooth 120Hz exhibit, front-ending sound framework speakers that get uproarious, the latest Qualcomm processor, and as much RAM as most PCs accessible today. Razer isn't the principal association driving adaptable gaming hardware forward. The Asus ROG phone pushes flexible hardware significantly further with its smoke chamber cooling, programmable air triggers, and 2 USB-C ports to help the association's organic arrangement of gaming peripherals. Chinese OEM Xiaomi also has its Black Shark gaming phone that gets together to an extraordinary 10 GB of RAM and dependable controllers. Likewise, see some web-based gaming competitions. Apparently, there radiates an impression of being a qualification between two web-based gaming designs. From one viewpoint, the games business is pushing toward a spouting-based games as an organization model, ruining the necessity for ultra-noteworthy gear. On the other hand, you have the above associations making gaming express phones. Regardless, these two markets can exist together later on. Like video-on-demand benefits, game spouting will administer by virtue of settlement, whether or not it doesn't give 100% of the quality or experience of close-by substance. Think sound video dependability and extra things on Blue Pillar. Meanwhile, there will be fans who should play presented locally on their particular gaming phones to get the most perfectly great experience. Gaming phones may never be standard, yet there will be a dedicated after of fans driving the bleeding edge of convenient gaming, much like how PC is driving the forefront of VR gaming today. There appears to be a differentiation between two adaptable gaming designs. From one perspective, the games business is progressing toward a spouting-based games as an organization model, ruining the necessity for ultra-unfathomable hardware. Of course, you have the above associations making gaming unequivocal phones. Regardless, these two markets can exist together later on. Like video-on-demand benefits, game spouting will overpower by virtue of solace, whether or not it doesn't give 100% of the quality or experience of neighborhood content. Think sound video dedication and extra things on Blue Shaft. Meanwhile, there will be devotees who should play presented locally on their specific gaming phones to get the most immaculately great experience. Gaming phones may never be standard, yet there will be an energy after fans driving the cutting edge of compact gaming, much like how PC is driving the bleeding edge of VR gaming today. Establishing the framework. The introduction of 5G will be a demanding, unmistakable preferred position for the free web-based games industry, opening up new open entryways for the two designers and supporters. Adaptable game planners will have the option to pass on extraordinary online arcade games instantly, and marketing specialists can get bolder with their creatives. Both will pass on more prominent substance and continuously distinctive experiences for tomorrow's gamers. The 5G standard was settled in June of this present year and is required to begin turning out in 2019 in obliged markets. This transition to 5G won't happen with no thinking ahead, as it requires revived hardware on both the transporter and buyer side. Mobile phones ought to have modems that help 5G organize. Phone makers are starting at now preparing for the 5G future, yet step by step. LG envisions releasing a totally organized 5G PDA in the important portion of 2019, and Motorola is releasing a disconnected 5G climb to its current Moto Z3 PDA. In any case, with 5G's full go-out to clients likely taking years, psychology articles, flexible marketing experts and planners would be insightful to gather the foundation for the accompanying huge move in convenient gaming.